Well, it's great to see everybody. I know it's really crazy times, and we all miss being out on the baseball field and are getting adjusted to what is the new normal. But now more than ever, it's really important that we have a strong mindset and rely on the process that we've learned at Hard 90 to achieve our goals and dreams. And so, what we're going to do today is put forth a structure for us to succeed in these uncertain times and make progress towards our goal. That said, I do believe that in a month or two, maybe three on the outside, we're going to get back to normal and be able to get back on the field and see everybody. But for now, these virtual hangouts, I think, are going to be an effective way for us to make progress. So today is going to be the first of 9 30-minute meetings where we talk about the Hard 90 mindset. In each session, we're going to review the book. You'll have hopefully a fun homework assignment that you can do to really delve into the Hard 90 mindset. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to have you guys pair up, and so create an accountability partner as part of this process. So as we get started, what I want to do is I just want to give you a brief overview of the Hard 90 mindset. This is a process that I started coming up with back when I was playing and training in martial arts, that then carried over into college, my early work life, and then when I actually started coaching baseball with my son Devin. And I've really taken what I've learned from playing the game, learning and teaching martial arts, coaching the game, and then running companies to try to distill something down so that you guys know what it really takes to be successful and achieve your dreams. And one of the articles that I published on the website this week had to do with Barry Zito and his book Curveball. And it's interesting when you understand the Hard 90 mindset, you can look at someone like Barry Zito, who achieved unbelievable success in baseball. At one time, he had the largest contract, and you can see the Hard 90 mindset at work in there. So with that, what I want to talk to you a little bit about is the Hard 90 mindset. So it's really broken down into two areas. The first is a process, which is a way you can go about achieving your goals and dreams. And then the second is a mindset or philosophy, which is how you're going to go about the process or the journey to reaching those goals and dreams. And so within the process, the first thing you really have to do is you have to come up with your dream. And the dream is really important because it gives you something to focus on. It's who you want to become with your life. And by having a dream, what you're able to do is extract passion from your daily activities. Look at, trying to achieve your dream is going on an adventure. And adventures are meant to be exciting. And by codifying that dream on a piece of paper, writing down, it's kind of that North Star that will guide you through good times and bad. The second piece of that is really developing a mission. A mission is something that's 3 to 5 years out. For those of you who are in junior high school, that mission might be to make your varsity high school team. But that mission brings purpose to your daily activity. And so in today's time, when you're stuck at home and you're training on your own, that daily activity makes sense because your mission is to make your varsity high school team. After the mission, it's really about the goals, and goals are 6 to 12 months out. And so those could be achieving a throwing velocity. It could be achieving a grade in the classroom. It could be making your freshman high school team or what have you. But what that really does is it guides your daily activity and allows you to really plan for your day. And the fourth item really is planning. And what you find in the most successful people and athletes is they plan their weeks and their days, and their plans typically line up with their goals, mission, and dream. And so by effectively doing that, what you can do every week is you set yourself on a process to be successful. And then at the end of the week, you review how you did, and then you make adjustments for the following week. But that really is the hard 90 process, which is the idea of setting forth a dream, a mission, a goal, and then a daily and a weekly plan. And by writing that down, as we know, you remember that better. You keep that top of mind. You can put it on your mirror and review it daily. But I've seen through both my playing career, my career running companies, and then coaching, the most successful people actually do have the plan that aligns with the dream. And then the second piece to it, which I know you guys are all familiar with, really is the hard 90 mindset. And that's an approach that I've used throughout my life to build companies, to achieve on the athletic field, to achieve with my teams. I've used it in personal situations where bad things have happened, and I've really had to figure out how to overcome those obstacles. And that mindset is really 4 components, right? The first one is you've got to do your best effort day in, day out. And some days you're going to hit home runs and everything's going to seem like it's just going smooth. And other days you're going to be striking out. But at the end of the day, the collective effort of doing your best over and over and over will allow you to achieve your dreams. And when you put your head on the pillow, you know you did the very best you could that day. The second one is, as you guys know, is working together as a team. Your team helps you reach your goal through accountability, through encouragement, through knowledge, and by bringing resources. And obviously, your team, for most of you, starts with your parents. They're the ones that have given you the opportunity to play baseball. And then from there, you build out around. And in looking at actually Barry Zito's team, it started with his dad. His dad was the one that really helped him, even at the MLB level. So we do your best. You work together as a team, and having that team also makes the journey fun. The third thing is, as you guys know, is you've got to want it more. You've got to want it more than your circumstance. You've got to want it more than the problem in front of you. And take everything that happens to you, you want to process it and then develop a solution. And when you get really good at that becomes instantaneous. And so on the ball field, when you get that bad hop, you're actually able to turn that around on the very next pitch and be successful. And wanting it more is really about not being defined by what happens to you, but more importantly, how you react to it. And then the final piece is you've heard me say over and over, is that you need to always seek to learn. You can learn something from every person you meet, every situation you encounter. And by having that mindset of continual growth and learning, even when you lose a game or you make a mistake, you still have the opportunity to get better for your journey. And so those are the principles and process that we're going to unpack over the next 8 sessions. And I'm really excited to go through this with you and go through that process. And so the homework coming into today was really to review chapter 1, 2, and 3. I tried to deduce chapters 2 and 3 down to stories of players that I've had the opportunity to coach that have achieved great success on the field. And so I wanted to open up it to you now and ask you, what did you learn from those stories? Did you guys read the stories?
Well, I learned a lot, actually. I literally just read them. And that Bobby, what's his last name? Bobby, I forget his last name, but he was like an all-star player. And he was like on that 14U team, and he like kept his composure and hit one out to win a game. And I thought that was like really cool how he could he had that coaching, and he had like the mindset that he wanted to be good, and he kept his composure and was able to get the job done for the team.
No, that's fantastic. How do you think he developed that composure?
Probably by practicing his mindset and just going out and just trying, just giving it his all.
Yeah, and one of the things I would say about Bobby is Bobby made a lot of mistakes along the way. And so 8, 9, 10, 11, he was very physically gifted, made a ton of errors, but each one of those mistakes or errors made him better for the process. And he's actually going to be going to Stanford next year as well. And it's been fun to watch his development. Who else learned something from those stories? How about you, Taylor Sutton? Did you learn anything from the stories? Oh, see, we're not face to face, and you guys can hide. You can't answer. Did everybody read the stories? Oh, Taylor's mic's not working. How about you, Timo? Did you learn something?
Yeah, Jacob, really, I like Jacob's story because he maintained success in all areas of his life. He had a 4.0 GPA, and he also was really good at baseball and maintained a girlfriend. So he had a lot of things in his life that he obtained and like he was able to be successful at.
Why do you think that was? He was able to maintain in all aspects of his life.
Because of his mindset and how he set certain, like he had good time management and how he was able to set aside certain times and certain areas of his life for different times of the day.
Yep. Well, and I think it really goes to that Vince Lombardi quote, right? Where being a champion is an all the time thing. And being a champion is being good at taking out the garbage, keeping your room clean, making your bed. And what you start to see is those habits develop into character traits. And so as more things start coming at you and you get older, you can handle more. And that's exactly what Jacob did. What did you guys think about the Jim Bouton quote about the ball player? Patrick, did you read that quote?
No, I haven't been able to get the book yet.
Okay, yeah, I think Christy sent out a copy of the notes, and so if you haven't gotten that, hit her up later today, and she can do that. Hey, Joey, do you have your book handy?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to read that quote for everybody?
Oh, yeah. A ball player spends a good piece of his life gripping a baseball, and in the end, it turns out that it was the other way around all the time. Jim.
What does that mean to you, Joe?
I don't really know what it means.
Frosty, you want to help out with that one?
To me, as far as a ball player spends a good piece of his life gripping a baseball, I mean, it's kind of just like a series of things that happens in your life that takes a hold of you, and you kind of have to understand, you know, the different grips, the different things that happen in your life, and how they take a hold of you, and how you apply them.
No, that's absolutely fantastic, and I think it really hits you that a love of baseball is really a lifetime experience that transcends the ball field and applies to you both on and off the field, which is really exciting. Timo, do you have your book handy?
Yeah, I do.
You want to read the Vince Lombardi quote?
Sure. Winning is not a sometime thing. It is an all time. It is an all the time thing. You don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time.
So what does that mean to you, Timo?
I think it means that to be a champion and to win, you have to be doing the right thing all the time and not just when it matters most.
And why do you think that's important?
Because if you do it all the time, then it becomes your character, and that becomes your actions. And when you do it, and when you only do it sometimes, then it doesn't really become your character, and then people won't see you that way. They'll see you the way that you do things all the time, and not just sometimes.
Right. No, and that makes a lot of sense. Jordan, what does that mean to you?
Like that quote means to me that like the real champions, it's not like it just happens once in a while. It's always like there for them, and like they're always winning, and they're always they always doing it even when no one's like watching. Like they're always putting in the hours and stuff.
Right. And I think that the big thing that, you know, I want you guys to get out of this, which is, you know, one of the reasons why I wrote the book, is that if you aspire to play college baseball, it's not an overnight success. There's so much emphasis in our society today put on instant success and succeeding right now in the moment. And I think if you start to read biographies of for now baseball players that were very successful, what you see is it's a long journey, and it's a long journey of trying to learn from every situation and applying it to the next one. And there's setbacks along the way, but the whole idea is applying that strong hard 90 mindset to everything that you do and going forward. And so with that, does anybody else have anything to add on what we read today before we head into kind of what's next?
I got something to say.
Yep.
Just in the introduction to with Bobby, it kind of made me reflect and look back on all the influence in situations, and definitely the influence in people that I have come across in my lifetime. And I was kind of wondering if any of the guys kind of felt that way when they read that.
Well, that's a great question. Parker, Ben, you guys have anybody that's influenced you?
I think that my dad has influenced me because like he's always teaching me to like do my best and to give it 110% all the time.
And you know, it's funny, Ben, you say that right now, and I'm a little bit older than you, maybe a lot older than you. And if you ask me who my biggest influences were in my life, it would be my mom and dad. To this day, I talk to them twice a day, and they help me out daily. How about you, Parker?
Probably my brother, actually, because he's always like helping me out with things, like getting me to strive for like achieve my goals and like helping me out with that. So he's definitely one of my biggest influences.
That's really cool. Yeah, and anybody else we haven't heard from? I mean, this is a softball. Who's your biggest influence? Wagner, you got anything to add, Frisch?
I would say that my parents were my biggest influence. They're both very hard workers, and I look up to that.
How about you, Wagner? All right, maybe he's having trouble with his mic. But Frosty, I think that was a fantastic question, and actually, it's a great segue into the next topic. And so, the first item of your homework is going to be to find an accountability partner. Okay, and so that could be someone on your team who you can get, if they're not on this call today, get them to the meeting next time. But an accountability partner is extremely important. And if I reflect on that, you know, the first thing is Rock Murray, the baseball coach from Rockland High School, has been a big influence on mine. And he taught me about the word competition. And so when people think about competition, they think about me versus you. And actually, the Latin root of the word competition is a word called patir, Does anybody know what patir means? All right, I'll take that as a no. Patir means to strive, and com means together. So it means if you put competition together in its truest form, it's to strive together. And when I look back at my life, my parents were the first influence on that. But then my best friend, who I met at 5 or 6 in Parker, you know, that might be similar to your brother because he is like a brother to me. When I was striving on the baseball field and doing my best, we were striving together. We were constantly pushing each other to get better. He would one-up me on something, then I would one-up him. And it was this friendly rivalry that pushed us to become our best. And he went a little farther in baseball than I did. He actually ended up pitching in the Division II College World Series, which was a really cool experience for him. But then when I got into my career, another buddy of mine, Sal the Train, who was one of my business partners, who has achieved immense success in the corporate world, we pushed each other, and we would check in with each other at the beginning of every day and at the end of every day, talking on the phone. Hey, how did you do today? Did you accomplish what you needed to do? And so that whole idea of patir and having an accountability partner, especially through this time where you guys are working at home on your own, is very important. So your first piece of homework is to find an accountability partner and email it to me. Okay, so I want to know who that accountability partner is. And best practice for this is going to be to check in with them at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. And you guys all have FaceTime. And so what you need to do is you need to FaceTime each other at the beginning of the day, and you need to say, hey, you're going to get that workout done, whether you're part of the trio or just the team workouts. You're going to get that workout done. And then at the end of the day, check in on that. And then the other thing you can do is ask each other how you're doing, how your homework's going, and the whole bit. So the first piece of homework is picking an accountability partner and emailing me who that is for this process. And then I want you to start checking in with them on a daily basis. The second piece of homework is chapter 3, and that's on dreams. And what I'd like you to do is come next time. The meeting's going to be next week. I'll send out the rest of the series probably by tomorrow. Come ready to go and discuss it. And then the final piece is going to be to write out your dream, and you'll have a dream document that'll be downloadable from our website. But we'll go from there. And so, guys, I'm really excited that you guys were on today. I know that circumstances are a little difficult right now, that we can't be face to face, but I think if we all work together on this, we're going to come out the other side a lot stronger. So thanks for participating today. We'll go ahead and wrap it up at that, and look forward to seeing you all next time.